It's the Battle of the Mercs, and I'm not talking about Lewis Hamilton versus, let's say, Fernando Alonso, because I'm hoping he gets the seat. It's going to be Valde versus that of Fox, and I have to say right now, SK may have proved something on Cash. Okay, they can win a map against the team who battered them on day one, but then they suffered that same fate on Mirage. We go to the map that they played on day one.
It's not looking good, is it? It's a bit of a problematic affair, especially from what I saw in Mirage as well. A very flat SK Gaming throughout that entire, both halves, I have to say, never really impressing me at all. They got the pistol in the first half there, but it's completely wrecked in the actual gun rounds. We move over, and then Config, he just looks so strong there throughout that entire campaign, especially on the CT side, right? I've never seen anyone control middle like that by themselves, without backup from the teammate, with an M4. With an AWP, sure, that can happen, but he's pushing out a window, he's boosting himself up towards short, he's getting connected, finding 2 kills pretty much every single round. That was a sick performance from him. He can continue that towards Overpass, which he was great on in his first showing as well when we first saw this matchup. Yeah. Let's see if he can actually continue it, but SK, a lot of work to do here. Like you said, we've seen him play this map already, and it was more of the same. They actually looked like they were getting completely shut down with the adjustments Dignitas were making almost every single round. MSL was reading them like a book. Yeah, interestingly enough, there was a lot of pressure applied onto that B site, like we mentioned, but there was also a lack of aggression, I guess you could say, on the CT side to try and establish a presence toward lower stairwell, to try and pincer them in and limit the options that Dignitas were getting, and it seemed like hesitation. Fox, again, the score at the start, we made mention of it just because it's a storyline that we want to keep track of. Everyone wants to see how he's going to do with SK. All the Brazilian fans obviously are hoping he does well. I don't so much point him out necessarily for not getting kills in the starting rounds because he was playing a lot of rotation games, so he was showing up in disadvantaged situations where they were retaking sites anyway. But there was a few moments when he definitely could have had an impact and failed to find it. So maybe he's a little more comfortable. Maybe it was jitters in the opening game with them. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the opening game, right? He's just like, there's a lot of people are watching him, so obviously there's going to be some hit or miss moments there. He was 0 for 10 on the CT side of Overpass. The problem I had with it wasn't so much like the aim or anything like that. It was just the synergy on the B-bomb side. Who was playing it with him? I can't actually remember. But regardless, it was the moments where like the teams were coming in through Monster Tunnel and Short, they were actually 2 separate, like 1-on-3 situations, right? Yeah,
usually Taco's over there with them. I think it was Cold and Fallen that were playing together on A. In most cases, they did switch it up based on weaponry that they had. Because I know Fox was caught in behind track a few rounds as well.
It just seemed like Fox was getting himself in positions to get 1 frag, and he was getting no backup. They weren't really kind of contributing together. Like normally you want to be taking the aggro away, take a few shots, hide, a teammate comes in, takes the aggro from you, and then you're kind of throwing flashbangs and then kind of making it really difficult for the teams to pin you down 1 by 1. And it actually looked really, really difficult for them to actually get that synergy flowing. And that's something you need on that B-bomb side. It's a really important part of the map. Obviously it's the bomb side, but still it's where the teams will focus most of their set pieces when they're going to do them straight away. If they're on lesser money as well, that's what they'll be heading towards. But it looks like we are actually ready to start this one. I think we had to swap a PC out on the Dignitas side, but this is a nice round to kick things off. It's not a massive deal on Overpass, but still it's a CT side of map technically. Well, so you want to be starting on the CT side.
I would say it's a massive side.
In this matchup, I would say, yes.
Exactly. I'd say more for SK. They want to get what they want to start this off and get momentum going, no doubt. So we'll see how it works out. I'm still not going to do it. Everyone wants me.
I can hear people shouting.
I know. I know. I'm not going to do it. I'm saving it. I told you I'm getting old. My mind doesn't work that way anymore.
He'll do one tomorrow.
Don't do that to me, Henry.
It's been a while.
It has. It's all right. Someday. You got to do it at the most opportune moment. Fox run. He's got 1 swipe on each if he can find this right. Never mind.
So, like you said, SK probably one of the most comfortable start they could possibly get. Not going to get that CT half. Will be Dignitas at picking it up. And if you are just joining us and missed the pre-game, yes, they have played each other on this map as the opening game for both of these teams. Dignitas beat them on Overpass 16-7. Not really much to report in terms of good points for SK. They looked really, really weak, and especially in their CT half as well. And from what I saw in their T half on Mirage, you can tell they've only had 3 days practice this lineup. It's not the SK we're used to seeing here. And if you're wondering why FNX is not here, it's not a spelling mistake. It's his Fox, the Portuguese player, filling in for them. FNX has been removed from the lineup, and this is the lineup going to the major as well. So obviously it's got time to adjust for things at the end of January, but so far this team is looking a little bit desperate. Oh!
That's lovely to start it off. Good plot from MSL, but Config down to Fur, and this is going to open up some opportunity on the B site. They're already wrapped in behind. It's a full flank play from Dignitas on a retake. Bomb not yet planted. A man down and desperate with the HP has fallen on 9. Let's try and get that plant, but they're going to go back the other way. You're going to rotate it behind us. We'll go ahead and go all the way back through your spawn to A. So it's actually all around the map. Everyone has been already.
Yeah, RUBINO's ready though. He's actually read this very nicely. It could be the default plan. I can't quite make it out. He's actually behind the bomb site. So that's a good decision from SK. They're not sure what's on the other side. So the bomb gets planted. Still the man advantage heavily now for Dignitas. cajunb lands another headshot, and the 2 remaining SK players with little to no HP taken down there pretty easily. And quite a simple round for Dignitas. It was a nice idea from SK. They knew the bomb site was going to be retrieved by Dignitas after they lose this first couple of players there. But MSL, what a shot that was. I'm sure we're going to see a replay of that. What a fantastic way to kick things off. He pushes off short, and he keeps getting better and better. He's one of the players that, not necessarily the star, he's the in-game leader, the mastermind, but he still seems to go toe-to-toe with a lot of top players these days. Great opening shot from him. Funnels him towards the A side. The bomb goes down short, but still looking comfortable overall for Dig. So, bomb planted. We did see SK actually forced by this round, I think, on Cash it was. They came in with that full execute, remember. Not going to be doing the same thing here. They didn't really get the kills to justify it. I think just one PD50 purchase, and we'll be getting the AKs out in the third round. We'll have a look at the buy for Dignitas. Like I said, it's normally my favorite anti-ego approach. 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, a UMP. Heavily in the meta right now. We'll be going with those M4s. A little bit of info starting to gather there towards middle. Taco does headshot RUBINO at the start of the round. Trying to see if there's anything more for him to find. Not going to be the case as he decides to fall back.
Fox and Fallen will work together to try and get the bathrooms. To the right, they've also got Fur and Cold's coming up from behind now inside of the stairwell just to get to the top. But the M4 poised and ready, I should say, excuse me, from Valda. Position that leaves him slightly open though for exactly that. If he goes to one side, they can easily pop out and catch him off. That's what Fur does. cajunb's going to backpedal from long therefore and try and cover them when they cross into the site. He's in good position, he's in good time, but smartly they're not going to overcommit SK. They'll get the gun instead and try and use it elsewhere. Problem is going elsewhere means Config's already taken back that mid connector and they won't be able to rotate quite so easily, so they are being limited in. Borg tries to get the headshot on the cage and can't quite land it, still trying to peek out this the inventory, can't. Good dink. Taken down in the end until the M4 shows up, and for getting cajunb down, it's back to a 2 versus 2. Bomb's still in the hands of Fallen, he's back toward the bathrooms, but Config's going to go all the way around that. This is actually quite clever from him.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to go for a connection and challenge him in the back, but he did the long rotation here. Bomb not planted, but Fur has got an M4 in hand. Config finds him in the back, taps him down. That's the M4 dropped as well. That pretty much secures the round. Fur, he goes down now, leaving Fallen. Back towards the B side. Going to get a bomb plan out of this. It's still a sliver of hope he can actually win the round, considering all the time he'll have to play with it. Bomb planted, RUBINO starting to realize this could be the case. And like I said, a real small chance that Fallen can do anything with this. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve.
Tries desperately to find headshots. Quick peeks, back away. All right, spots them both coming out at least, but smoke off in front.
Yeah, good luck now.
And Diffuse already in, not being held, tap. They want to bait this pistol back in. Fallen's going to read that guess on it. He's right in doing so, but now they got Config on it. He's got a kit. So, I'm sorry, Fallen. This one is over, and so too is your life. He'll go down.
But the good news is here, Matt, they were going to buy on this round regardless. They get another bomb down. They've done damage to the CT economy. So if they do in this round, it's almost a guaranteed eco for Dignitas here. So that's actually decent overall. Yes, they didn't win the round. There was a chance to do it. But still, look at the buy now. SK, 5 AKs, all the nades they need for a full execution here. And Dignitas fully invested into this one. Only Valda with money left over. He's got $1,500 left in the bank. So a great chance to get into this round, or get into this game right now here with this round. They're getting towards 1B. Probably a full execution. He can resolve maybe something nice and fast. We'll see what happens. Going towards short, trying to find any sort of aggression here. RUBINO with decent nade. Look at the damage he's inflicted. That's almost perfect. Takes Fur down to 60, Fox to 54, and tags up coldzera a bit as well.
He's looking for an opportunity to try and play from behind. They find the peak with a good Molotov placed in. His time well. Problem is, I was gonna say no one from Monster was in position because they time it with those going in at sandbags. They look to go to the left, and RUBINO's got a smoke out to cover it. Great shot from Fallen. Best chance to shut them down was exactly that. Bomb plant in. SK with the good execution out of the B side is going to force the retreat already of Dignitas. They're bailing along. Yeah, it's going to be their first round picked up early as well. So keeping these guns up because they haven't established a full 3-round economy, it's quite important.
Yep, absolutely. Like I said, they're going to be struggling for money if they did lose this round. So saving the two M4s, probably force up around them and see what they can do here. But there it is. The B execution comes in from SK. They take a lot of damage from that early grenade from RUBINO, but it doesn't seem to affect them too much. Only lose one player, and the B execute works out quite nicely. The Molotov towards the barrels, smokes on the bomb side as well, flashing out those CTs and landing the shots that really count towards Fallen and coldzera. Joined in by Taco as well. And now just MSL and cajunb trying to save their weapons towards long A and the playground area as well. They will save them. SK not hunting down too much, to be fair. Probably not worth it. You want them to force run. If you want them to really break their money, they're probably going to try and do what they can with the remaining money and just try and buy up around these M4s. And almost you kind of welcome that as a T-side. You want them to completely destroy their economy. And we'll see whether that will come in. Could go with a conservative approach, of course. It could just keep the two M4s and not buy anything. Looks like it will just be that. A lot of teams would be tempted at this point to try and see what they can do with these two M4s. We did say, though, in the previous map, Dignitas are actually a team that look at the bigger picture overall. They don't give too much away. They want to keep the money strong throughout the whole campaign.
So with Flames just forward of his position at the bottom of the stairwell, he's going to try and do things at the same back so that they can't make it to the door, holding him off, and then it's just a battle of back and forth. Throw an aid, throw a smoke. 4 nades deployed, no one spotted, but position advantage to MSL, who's going to back away and rotate the long direction back over toward A. Should he elect to do so? He still has good position to watch through short pipe over toward the mouth of Monster, but Cajun's pushed up and behind the tree. This gives them information on the A side, and he's got a support system in place from Valde as well. Try and head that direction, SK. Molotov's back out in front of the bathrooms. They know with the nades that were thrown at the bottom of the stairs, there was someone inside that connector position, but Fox has already pushed back MSL, so they don't need to go down this. Instead, they want to just get him and get the kills, but he gets one and gets away. He's got a lineup as well with this M4. He's going to find 2. That's massive for him.
Really, really nice play from MSL there. Very calm under the pressure. And the shot required. Now he's fallen back as well, keeping the majority of his health up. So this is really perfect stuff from him. 35 seconds remaining. CTs don't have to heavily commit at this point. It's still quite deep down towards long, but that's fine. cajunb, I was going to say Fallen, not going to check that. He does half-heartedly and does come out on top somehow. Valdown needs to be careful, does manage to get the shot with the Desert Eagle as well. So takes down Fallen, upgrades to an AK-47. 2 players remaining for the SK, and they make their way towards the A side. RUBINO has spotted them though.
Goes in. Tries to peek out toward long. No one in that direction. Just have to confirm it. In doing so, he leaves his back exposed to the stairs in a peculiar fashion. Bold's going to try and slip through smoke, but he's got a flank coming in, and Valde finds the shot before he can respond. 4 stay alive and 3 rounds now for Dignitas.
That was 2 M4s and USPs with 1 Deagle. So it's all down to MSL. Someone needs to step up here and find some frags. He goes aggressive on short. SK don't see it coming, and Fox goes out first and follows him shortly after. MSL providing the frags to actually win round number 4 there. Good work from Long as well. I like that setup there. I thought cajunb was going to capitalize, but Valde does just enough with that Desert Eagle to take that Fallen and the round out of the grasp of SK Gaming. We go into round number 5. Still money available for the Brazilians. 4 AKs and a Tech 9 in the hands of Fern. Aggressive, of course. It's Valde going towards middle, trying to see what he can do. But he's got much. There's 2 players towards the playground, and he retreats back towards the connector.
Cole's going to flash over so they can peek onto long. 2 players jump around. First to limit it on this Tech 9, but they've got a man up, so the gun's now level. Back down. Good timing, missed shot. Fox prevails. They've been leaving him in that position to try and cover off. Great shot fallen on occasion, but cover off those rotations and keep options open. So that seems to be his task this time, whereas opposed to Cash, they were letting him go first. And he'll set the smoke toward the back stairwell fallen. Molotov for the truck. And into the site go, seeing all this utility deployed though. MSL tries to strike first and then put out what he can to delay them so that their utility insufficient and insignificant due to the timing of it. MSL's going to try and push back, realizes they've gone as well. So this should leave a rotation back over toward B of the 2 players that remain, whatever they can. A config, if I'm not mistaken, is inside the window. Yeah, just jumped back down inside of the site. So he'll be the only one here. Against 5 players walking in, 3 of them low enough on HP, but he can't spray down and find for the first one, and this round's over.
Absolutely, quite a clean sweep here for SK after such a successful round with just 2 M4s. Dignitas can't hold on, and this could be quite a harsh reset for them. They still have 4,700 on MSL and 4K on Valde, but the other guys, if they save this AK, potentially could buy up around it, but still quite a significant loss in terms of the economy overall.
Was that you? Did you just
flush
flush
the
toilet?
Flushes? I haven't actually heard that in a while. I forgot it even does that.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, only when MSL's in there, apparently.
Well then, it's going to be round number 5 going in favour of SK, looking very confident indeed. 4 players picking up a frag there. coldzera. Oh, another one.
That was me that time, sorry.
It's okay. Double flush,
We
just
do,
in case,
we
right?
go to the we go to the bathroom together.
The courtesy flush.
That's right. So bomb explodes. SK will go up to 2 rounds as a result.
Nice work.
They keep the AK up on MSL though. He's got 61. Drop that over. 54-50 for Valde. They could buy into this with 43 in config as well. So right now they've got a pause called. Whether or not that's tactical this early, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's called out. So this is them taking advantage of the new timeout rule.
Yeah, so they've got an AK saved. MSL is $6,000 in total. They're going to be forcing around this one. So the AK that saved is tremendous for them. He's dropped an AWP over. They're going to have a UMP and an M4. The saved AK, I think config has an M4 waiting to buy as well. He hasn't done that just yet, but still the M4 comes in. And Dignitas now looking to maintain their lead. It's 3-2. SK could tie things up if they win this round. quite back and forth so far. No one really running away with it at all. There's Config's M4 purchased. As we do get into this one now. The final map here, and it's best of 3. Loser goes home. Winner proceeds to the semi-finals tomorrow.
Let's just see if this AWP can reap the rewards. They buy into it, leave themselves a rifle light for RUBINO.
Yeah, the good news is SK haven't got an ult themselves. Occasion can cause a lot of damage. He's going very aggressive towards long as well. Okay, knife out the whole way. Looking towards Playground. I like the audacity of it. Let's see whether he can find his first shot. Nothing found so far, but Fur is waiting very deep in towards the Playground there. And it's going to be MSL taken down, but cajunb does find a shot and return towards the Playground. Config chimes in as well. It's a man advantage gifted towards Dignitas for now.
Very fortunate that cajunb's got that kill in response. I mean, obviously, yes, Config steps up and finds one as well, but if MSL pushes while cajun's doing the same on the offsite, they don't get a response from it. It leaves a possibility for a fast play onto B. Right now, though, SK down a man has fallen, slowing the pace with bomb over toward Monster, and Cold thinks about looking back over to see if cajun's still sticking around, but at this point, minute 4, yeah, okay, no things said to be equal at this point, but looking to be B.
Indeed. Well, there's going to do a contact play for now. Why not make it a surprise play? Then just nail this first headshot. Could actually happen as well. I like this setup those CTs have got. Config, this is the first shot, but Vox rips his head off. Nice work from him.
Now going to back down the ramp as well. Just waiting to bait them in with this SMG. Smokes in front, flames as well. Flash already there, knows they're going for the plant. Likes not to go for the jump up on top of it right away. He'll let the rotations come in first, so holding on to the pit position in this case. I think Fallen may have just spotted him down through the gap. They're going to start looking. Flash goes out. Fallen wants to cross away before the smoke dissipates. He manages to get to the sandbags, but that's where Vold is waiting for him. Coming in from the connector, and interestingly, Cold's not going to play an angle to cover him off immediately. That leaves Fallen with very little room to wiggle. Instead, he wants to bait him in all the way because it's not likely he's going to check that corner. Free fires, oddly enough, and Cold considers, drops down, takes him out. It's up to Dignitas to win this from the front. Quick tap on the bomb to bait it out, but like you say, no kits, they'll boost up. Fallen jumps himself in, I'm not sure why, because, or rather, excuse me, coldzera, because now it is just Fallen, but he lines them up perfectly and hits the headshots on both. That got a little risky.
Yeah, they wouldn't have full defused that anyway. I think at that point the bomb was going to explode. Like, it exploded 3 seconds after, and they only just started with defuse with no kit. So it looked quite pretty from Fallen, but he'd already done the hard work at that point. This was the really impressive shot. It's a 4-on-3. Let's see how Fox opened it up. That's really precise. Great work from him to open up the B-bomb site. And Fallen, like we said, very pretty to finish things off. They line up for him, and he gets the double spray down. That's broken the economy of Dignitas now 3-3. After finding that initial pick as well, as cajunb aggressive towards long. Got the man advantage, but MSL pushing off short. They put him in a bit of a tricky situation there. Pretty much fully killed him. RUBINO, the other player with an upgraded pistol, is only a P250 as well. He goes down to 36 HP. The rest of his teammates on USBs. And a chance now. In terms of the money, will this be a double eco? Don't think it will. They're going to have 2400 next round and 2k already, so it's just about squeeze out of buy.
Nice tapping from Fur. Config overcommits to the stepping position and gets caught off by it. In fact, got hit twice because it wasn't a headshot that came through from that AK-47. Aggressive stance in toward the water and construction areas. MSL's waiting to watch Monster in case they slip in the back door, and then they'll try and surround them and hold them and contain them inside of the site, but Fox and Fallen won't necessarily allow that to happen easily with their positions rotating back over into their teammates and at the top of the stairs at mid. Taco first. I would love a taco right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Gets up toward the top of the ramp very slowly, but watch this position. MSL doesn't quite get the headshot lineup. Fox will find RUBINO, and they know now where everyone else is. Running to save. Fallen waits. Down goes 1. Down goes 1.5. There's 2.
Fallen looking very impressive with the AK at the moment. They managed to have another clean sweep here. 5 players staying alive for SK. 4-3. Let us remind you, and we banged on about it in the pre-game, this matchup has already happened on this map. It was 16-7 in favour of Dignitas, especially their city side look very strong indeed. We'll see what happens as SK now have got the lead. Money's still not great for Dignitas. Like I said, $2,400 coming into this round, and they already had about 2k before, so all they can really get is M4s, no head armor, a small amount of grenades, and 1 kit. It's a rough time for them. They lose this round, certainly going to be eco. And it should be just another B execution coming in. All 5 players for SK towards B, keeping things simple at this point. They know the synergy isn't quite there for those full defaults, so let's just keep going and heading towards the B side. Molotov into those key positions, and we'll see whether it keeps working out for them.
I'm actually curious to think that, I mean, CT side, like you say, it seems easier because it's defensive, you don't have to go aggressive, it doesn't rely on timings, but it's harder to slot someone in because you have rotations and communications. It's actually the tougher side to play as a team, and wondering if starting T-side and letting Fox get up to speed is actually a benefit to them, as we saw them struggle so hard early on. In the last few maps, that's the case, but this time it's going to be Dignitas shutting down both Fur and Fox as they wrap around inside the site. Good wall of smoke still up, though. Shuttle out the bomb plant. Cold tries to take advantage of the fact the bomb goes down. He might catch them off. That doesn't work, and all of them perished and gone. Is going to leave Dignitas to tie things back up on 4. And with 3 rounds built up, they still have a bye in hand, but a big win for Dignitas because that's going to mean guns for both sides, and break potential still works for the favor of SK.
It's very important as well. They kept 4 players alive as well. Even if they lost 2 more, that means players on SMGs going forward as well. It's actually a crucial round for them to pick up, and keeping the healthy numbers as well is great. Fallen finally brings out the AWP on the T side. This is where things get interesting. Dignitas not in the position to do the same themselves yet, but round number 9, back and forth so far. SK Gaming tying things up, but let's see whether Dignitas keep applying the aggression. They seem to be wanting to push short and trying to find information, so occasionally pushing long as well. This time we have got 3 players towards middle. Lauda hasn't been shy to face towards mid, but this time he's got the AK-47. Let's see whether he can find another headshot here. That's going to be a fast play towards mid from the Brazilians himself.
Fox gets another, but Fox in the corner right behind him. He's able to clip the tail, and Fur will compensate for the fact that he pushes through the smoke a little bit aggressively, given that he was in a tight corner and had nowhere really to run, so why not strike while the iron's hot? Fallen still with the AWP, gives the man advantage to SK, and he's watching down toward a long position, waiting back in case they push through, and he still has bomb, keep in mind as well, so 1 pick would be enough for them to charge into his site. Config knows that, so he's going to try and get aggressive and catch them off by pushing all the way through their own spawn. And RUBINO knows they're somewhere in that position because B was cleared off. The only way they could go is back down through these stairways to get over there, so Config, the further up he goes, the more passive-aggressive RUBINO stays inside the bathroom, the more he can confirm you're getting closer. And in fact, that kill's going to slow them even more. This could work out for Dignitas. Config. Oh, he's gone back around, though. He would have been at Fountain right around now, which would have caught them, but he, with that kill, perhaps thought that that'll funnel them back over to B. Best watch it instead, and RUBINO thinks the same because he's going well passive on A.
2-on-2, 30 seconds. Bomb encroaching on towards this A site now, and we have got a player towards city spawn now. Will be RUBINO lying in wait by the city steps. Molotov goes towards the back. He's going to know it's an A-sided attack now, but look at this conflict. Perfect position to deny the plant, but they're aware of it. Now it's 2 versus 1 in the hands of RUBINO.
Shot through the smoke. Fallen not found. Bomb plant going to come in. He's got lots of time. Taco there to cover him off as well. Quick nade into where the dress of the smoke. Perhaps no, it was a flash, so it didn't actually catch him out. I wasn't sure what he was going for with that anticipation, but RUBINO's going to tap it, try and bait it. Knows Taco's playing the long position. Goes for the solo peek. Does bait out the shots. Knows now he's not defusing. They don't have to panic. Don't have to overcommit. Needs to be careful not to get caught on his own here, because he could fall in a position where it's 2 one-on-ones, but they go. Falling gets closer just for good measure, and they'll get the round. So it's going to be 5 now for SK. They're starting to build up, I would say, a more inspiring total than what they had on the first time these two teams met.
Lots of resets back and forth here, but SK certainly have got the money control for now. It's 5-4 in their favor. RUBINO can't come up trumps there in 2 versus 1 after trying his absolute best. Config had the best chance of actually getting him into that round. He comes in the back. But SK so aware, and he stopped the plant and managed to take him down. Here we go, then round number 10. A little bit of a partial buy coming in for Dignitas. They left them only about the 2K mark. They're actually maybe able to buy the next round. They're going to get 1900 on top of the 2K they've got right now. So they get some pistols, some body armor, and they'll be stacking towards the connector receivers where SK waiting for them. The Lion's Den is going to have a few occupants now as the Danes make their way in towards the connector area. Fox just waiting for them now.
Lion's Den occupied by a Fox. The Lions strike first. Valde gets 2 out of this. An assist +1 in cold. He sprays down Valde, but he's lost in the smoke, and he's so low. 1 more bullet, he's gone. RUBINO's not going to fire it. And Cold knows that's the problem with it. Cold knows if he shoots back in that low, he's dead. 1 tracer gives him up. RUBINO in the sight's going to take ball, and it's all going to be Dignitas rotating it around. Wow. Can they win a round where they don't have the guns to work with?
That's insane. 3 pistols in the connector actually coming out on top, and SK were ready for it as well. They were kind of waiting and crouching around the corner and actually making sure they pre-fire it, lose the first kill, and it all goes horribly wrong. And you're absolutely right, coldzera couldn't do anything about it. He has the option to spray through the smoke, and you can see his traces going through that smoke. He could be taken down. 1 bullet would have been it. And now a 4 versus 1. Nothing he can do here. Literally impossible to win this round. That's how to save up in that corner. Yep, there he goes. Well, there it is, Matt. This has been a strange one so far. No one really running away with the game, and it seemed like that was a chance for SK to take a pretty convincing lead at that point. 2 rounds in the bag, but Dignitas come back with the PD50s and 5.7s, managed to make it work. Okay, then. Why not? It's RUBINO who finds 2 kills there with the AK,
Yeah.
and Cajun and Valda with the pistols there near the start. What a nice little adjustment from them. Frustrating round to lose.
Yeah, Valda again's putting up good numbers. There's 1 kill behind RUBINO. Everyone fairly closely grouped on both sides, as too is the score. It's going to go to 5-5. Nothing in it, but I'm still concerned. I want to see if SK can accumulate a bigger lead in this. They got to go to 9-6. Their CT side was very, very poor. I have to make mention of it, and this time it's going to be their economy that goes quite low in this. coldzera does have the AK carried over. He can drop that across. They'll be able to buy up 2, but they're going to be limited to SMGs, and Fur hasn't even made a decision yet on which route he wants to go on $2,600.
This is a real chance now for Dignitas to take quite a formidable lead. This round is difficult for SK. They get 3 AK sure, but Fur, he's on the tech 9, and Fox, he's just got the UMP. They have got the smokes here. The most successful rounds have been from the executioners, to be fair, but Valda, he's not been scared to go aggressive here, just with the M4 as well. Config has got the AWP this time. It's not going to be occasion being what we're used to. And I think Config is actually almost alone towards that B site.
Facing the wall is Cajun, waiting for flashes to come around the corner.
Yeah, just trying to bait each other in. One player hides, one takes the aggro, hides behind the rock, and then his teammate can run around the corner and see what he can do here. Let's see if they decide to go any further. The patience will be key here. Don't want to give anything away. It's RUBINO the baiting Cajun. So, as soon as he fires a shot... Ooh, okay then, Cajun goes aggressive, gets the kill. They can fall back now. Job done. That's perfect.
Cold had a nice position to watch off toward Park, but Cajun getting that kill, he has to change his focus and attention, drops down, nearly gets caught out for a second kill, but Fox is able to pull this back from far with the UMP. And this will force the retreat of Dignitas back to the site, which if they had it done a little bit sooner,
yep,
they'd still have the man advantage.
Definitely had the opportunity then as well. Valda, I had to say, gets a little bit greedy there. Wants to try and really assert his dominance there towards mid. He certainly could have fallen back. The problem is, yes, he goes for that kill. He's got no one to back him up at that stage, so he drops about a frag and now to 4-4, which traditionally favors SK, and even more so at this point. They had a UMP before. They actually pick up his M4, and now they've actually got a real chance with 30 seconds remaining to do something with this, and they have 3 smokes as well.
Config's playing front
This is a
side of the
strange
barrels. Yeah, that's very peculiar. Scored as well. Fast scope, but if he's behind barrels, okay, you gotta wait for them to commit a little longer, but he's got something to crouch behind, so it's one and done. I'm not sure the mentality, maybe catch them off, hope for the best, but bounce smoke. Yesterday we saw that smoke bounce too far back. It left Fox in the open. This time he won't be. It's gonna put the bomb down. Cold's gonna follow it up by taking RUBINO, and Fallen will back through the short tunnel to frontside Monster and make sure he's in position to play off his teammates because he's low on HP on 19, and Cajun's getting ever closer. Doesn't quite spot the player going over to the barrels in time. That's going to be done. coldzera, and MSL's found immediately after. He gets both those, in fact, so good reactions. And SK up to 6.
Well, after winning that eco round, Dignitas do have money in the bank to work with, but still, you have to say, like, you could see that Dignitas had a reader was coming towards B. Config's position at that point was very strange. Yes, he gets that first kill, but he's just got no chance of getting a second. The nature of the AWP itself, you have like 1.5 seconds to actually kind of quick switch the AWP out and get it scoped up again to do anything with it, but once that shot comes in, there's nothing really he can do to stay alive. You're right, if he goes behind the barrels, yes, he's got a risk of getting Molotov out of position, but at least it's safer than standing in the open like that. A very strange decision from him, but it does not work out. And like I said, that was a chance for Dignitas to really take the lead there. Would have broken SK's economy. So, do have a lead available for Dignitas, and cajunb strikes first with the AWP taking out Fur.
It's been a while since we've seen a self-boost out toward the flower pots, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not as popular as it used to be.
I like it. Works that time perfectly. Fur goes down. The deadlock continues. Small is only on the pistol. Good swing out. MSL playing a very tight angle, anticipating that perhaps, and it works out perfectly. So both plays they've made and setups they've positioned themselves for towards the kill. Gives them a 5 versus 3 situation as Cajun back inside of the site looks towards the front of the bathroom, but already they're going a lot more passive. Valda's position in this, though, gives a lot more information.
Once again, though, yes, he's pushing, getting intel, but if he goes down, that opens up the window of opportunity. Timing might be on point. It's, once again, he does go down, and there's huge opportunities. Like, the money's weak right now. They've had to really force into this one. They've got the man advantage. I would say this fullback played a safe game at that stage, but was trying to get more intel for his team.
Config on 16 HP as well, was playing back barrels. One nade would have killed him. Molotov as well, so he's shuffled out. RUBINO's going front smoke. Wants them to push through it, wants to catch them off when they do so. They've rotated MSL already, it's the right call. monster to be the approach. Smoke again on sandbags. MSL's not 100% sure of it because they haven't shown themselves. And it's an early rotation, so he's second-guessing and going back. RUBINO's going to have to step up. Fur gets tagged. Good play from Config. That lets him back in, but he shoots one way and expects the split to come through. No one's there. Config, low HP, finds yet another, but a lovely spray down from Fallen. It's not enough. cajunb gets there just in time.
That was kind of sick from Fallen. That discipline with the AK is tapping away perfectly. Takes 2 down, but I have to say it's much more expensive than I have to be. And you've got those 5-on-3s, you might just want to play the safe bet. There it is from Fallen. That was superb. Luckily, Cajun's
That's a nice shot from that range as well in that position.
Yeah, well, good job from Cajun. We go into round number 13. As you can see how this is affected the CT. They have 2 UMPs going forward. SK know the money's weak at this point, so they're going to be forcing themselves into this one. 2 AKs, 3 Tech 9s with the utility as well. They've been favoured towards B so far, but they're going to try that lucky connector once again. This is where it all fell apart against those pistols. Cajun this time towards middle with the AWP. Doesn't spot anything at the start of the round. I would say a B split comes in from short. Smokes come in first, but good reaction from the CTs there. One decides to fall back with the bomb as well towards T-spawn, so maybe not actually going with the intended plan, going to make their way back towards middle. For some rotations here. There are 3 CDs towards B at the moment. Fox is investigating towards mid.
Trying his best. Clears out most of the angles. Still anticipating a little bit of pressure from Dignitas up toward the party position. They've gone there quite a few times on the CT side. It's something we didn't see SK do very much yesterday against them, but they've already cleared out the positions that at least they want. Forward of the inside connector to bathrooms, coldzera's made his way, and that's a bit different. A bit of a smaller angle to cover off, so that's not somewhere you're going to cross their place potentially on peak, and that's what Cold's hoping, that they'll get aggressive and catch them off as a result.
Yeah, the 1 minute mark now, and it looks like an A play will be coming in to finish things off. SK still have 3 smokes remaining as well. They've got the mid control, but cajunb lying in wait on this A side with the AWP, trying to find the first pick. Been very good at this so far. Valde, he's actually in a little aggressive position as well. Could get flashed in, wants to go in. Yeah, that's
exactly it. That's why he does it.
He's been dropping in these key situations just when Dignitas don't need him to as well. He can't get back to play his teammate once again there.
The problem is, too, there's no flash. He goes solo. Cold reads it well and positions him. But you're dead right. It's another time he goes down, and it's going to give a massive amount of pressure onto this A side. They don't capitalize immediately. It does allow for a rotation. RUBINO included in that. He's going to try and deny default. Good shots from Farm. Cold reigns supreme. Not against MSL, though, who tries to find one. Shuffles over in behind the truck. There is a gap where no smoke exists, but Fallen already taking the op out of cajunb's hands. MSL's got a decision to make, and he's not going to find it. The teams that seem to have the less weaponry are seeming to find the wins in those situations.
It's certainly a strange one. Like we said, if you are just joining us, both of these teams are playing with a standard right now. It's Valde for Dignitas and Fox, of course, for SK Gaming. So it hasn't been like, in terms of what we're used to seeing from these lineups, like Dignitas in some of the best form of their careers right now, in terms of the ascendance of this team, in terms of the Counter-Strike they're playing recently has been amazing. But it's certainly some mistakes being made here on both sides. And Valde, for me, like the last few rounds, he seems to be caught out positions by himself. It's not necessarily the wrong thing to do to push that, but he's got no backup plan. If he doesn't land that first shot, he has no idea what's around that corner. He's hunting for intel once again, but no one's with him, right? So it's a bit of an issue. And we do have another, I think there was a pause called, not live.
Yeah, not live calls, so this will be technical.
No, I think they wanted a tactical timeout, but
and
it didn't
register.
So yeah,
okay. Okay. That's fair, but I don't think you can call it not live on a tactical miss. If you're too late typing it in, I think the omen's on you.
I think they thought they were in time. And it didn't happen.
Oh, you're saying they didn't register?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they called it just too late.
No. So like they called it, but it didn't happen. So I think that's why they're saying not live. And obviously nothing's been exchanged in terms of damage, so it can be done. Mod is with us this tournament, of course, so you can sort it out.
Mod the mod.
Mod the mod.
Hand warmers for cajunb.
Yeah.
MSL as well. It's actually quite warm in here, so the booths might be air-conditioned differently. I haven't stepped foot in these ones.
A lot of players like to have their hands warmed. I used to do it before I played as well. Like, you used to run to the bathroom, run your hand into like hot water for like 5 minutes, like just kind of get the blood flowing, feel like you're in the zone. Playing with cold hands is
I just stick my hands down my pants. That's fine.
Yeah,
they're usually warm.
That's normally what you're doing.
I have a lot of dead time to warm them up, though, so it's fine.
Right. Well, fair enough. Cajun can't really do that on stream. That wouldn't really work.
It's true. I mean, he could, but...
He could. Kind of awkward.
Probably not ideal.
So...
They're out of the chairs.
Don't get out the chairs.
Actually, so interesting, Fallen's going over to talk to Fox. So Fox is sitting on that end, so they're...
We've got the console here.
Trying to get something between them.
See if there was anything going on, so...
Oh, it's you that always switches the console button.
No, it's not me. I've just adapted to other people. I don't change it because I don't want them to get upset. I normally use this one.
I always change it back to the tilde.
I can handle it.
Yeah, can you restart round, admin? They're calling for it now.
I'm sure the admin must be aware. He must be in the building.
Nah, they've all gone home at this point.
It's like, this map will probably be fine. I'll leave you guys to it.
Yeah.
You win.
Kitchen at the hotel closes at 12. It's not 24-hour room service. I gotta go get my order in. Peace out.
You guys will be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we'll just get the...
I was shocked by that, by the way.
What?
Well, it's my fault for missing my first flight, but I landed at like 1:30 by the time I get to the hotel after LAX. No traffic at night, thankfully. Call down, they're like late night room service menu. I'm like, great, just like every hotel,
So
call down. Sorry, sir, kitchen closed at 12. Oh my God, was I ever mad.
Deliveroo, bro, that's what we need to get on.
Do they have that here in California?
They've got the equivalent.
Yeah, they've got to have something, you're right. Definitely. Or Uber, I think, even does delivery
Uber
service
Eats,
now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Other brands are available.
Yep.
I don't know who's sponsoring this tournament, so I don't want to start naming
Yeah, it's true.
brands, so, you know, it's fine. 7-6, and we have got the restart coming in, so it's fine. We are back in the game. eBot has been reset, and it should be a full eco here. At this point, some quite difficult rounds for both teams to swallow. No one's really running away with this. It seems like the lesser weaponry seems to be coming up trumps almost every single time, it feels like. But this is going to have to be a hard eco for Dignitas. They stacked the connector before, that worked out for them. Can't really justify even P50s at this point. It's very unlikely to do the similar sort of damage they inflicted before.
RUBINO's pushed very aggressively as well. Just with the USPs. They get flashed off, though. They can't go around the corner and take this toward the fountain. Way back. There was a situation. Nice shot from cajunb to take out Fur, but Cold's immediately thereafter to spray down 3. There was a situation where a push like that, I like that, Fallen switching over, realizes, hi, Valde, and gets time to almost greet him before he shoots him down. There was a situation, Fnatic versus TSM PGL kickoff season, where a push like that actually did win to win a championship with 5 USPs around the corner toward the statue.
Well then, just config remaining. He's got an AK. He wants to save it, but you know what? Nails some headshots at the same time as well, that's fine. Has no ground to win the round, he's so far removed from it, of course. He's on towards long A, bombs down in B. Fox and Fallen remain. AK in hand for config is just going to be keeping that weapon up, finding 2 kills.
And only $1,400 going into the bank account. They're not going to be in an ideal situation in the next round. cajunb's seeing a 2,900 when that happens. You'll have $3 grand for RUBINO. So this could go to 9-6 for SK.
Well, it's 1,900.
1,900, sorry, you're right. It's 2 in a row now.
But yes,
pretty much one more added, so yeah.
Yeah, they certainly can't buy bets. They'll be looking to do some damage here. They can get PD50s in 5 seconds at least, and then use AK as well, so it can cause a little bit of damage, you know. But we'll see. Config integrate form. Oh, okay, so around the 4K mark, they're going to go for it. I guess at this point, you've got 2 rounds, you save an AK. Let's see what we can do here. There's a little bit of a replay for you, the coldzera spray down, I would assume. Very nice control from him. You can see how ecstatic he was there with that. Cool as a cucumber. Double orb set up on the T side. Saw this. Which map was it? It was on Mirage, I think, for SK. Didn't really work out too well for them, but they seem like they're in great form right now. Much better showing than what we saw in the first day on this map against Dignitas as well. They actually only got 67 total, so they've already bested that, and they have the lead at the moment. So good work. This was the push they worked out so well before on day 1. They pushed over, and it looks like you're not going to fall SK twice with that one. They fall back passively.
Yeah, Taco was ready for it. Stayed well tracked back behind the barrels and fence. But Flash pushed him out of position. They're going to bring Fox over as a result of this. So double op T side, SK. Fox, the second one to wield, is going to try and get in position, spray through. Bait them out. Good response. Good reaction from Fox. Swaps to the Tech 9, though. As they get ever closer, finds 2. He is starting to warm up onto this, I won't say roster in terms of role yet, but in terms of frag potential, he's definitely coming to life in this tournament over time. As Fur will get inside bathroom, start to push over toward connection point to long. His teammate already pushed up. Bomb behind in the hands of Fallen. They'll boost themselves up onto the flower pot. Good shot from Fallen to take cajunb down. So both AWPs, T side, have found kills. In fact, all of the kills for those 2 players. One, of course, with the Tech 9. Valde does what he can to push himself back through in the front of the bathrooms. I think they'll have heard that flash. Fur is waiting for it. He is looking toward the main door, though, but Valde's very exposed inside the bathrooms, Henry.
Indeed, very exposed. And not in a good way. RUBINO now, last player remaining. You feel like this is almost a certainty with the bomb going towards A as well. RUBINO can't do much about it, even if he gets his kill. It's like, not like HenryG have that much impact. I don't even think he'll find that. He does, okay. That gives his position away. With the bomb going down towards A as well, it's pretty much guaranteed the round. It will be 9.
Save the op, man. Save the op.
Save the op. 9-6. There it is, SK Gaming. They seem to be stepping up to play after losing the pistol as well. getting 9 rounds on what we said was a CT-sided map. That's actually a really good showing there. The gun rounds are much better, and they seem to be maybe getting things together on Overpass as a whole.
I would say that the CT side was more a problem for me in the first game because we never really got to see their T side get rolling because of how far behind they were. So it's still going to be a challenge, especially if they do lose this pistol and it goes to 9-9. Because remember, Dignitas, we mentioned it, bullied them on the B site. They read them so well.
But SK are going to be aware of that, right? They're going to be adjusting things and working what the problems were. They're not going to allow the same mistakes to be made. 5 sets of armor for the CTs here. If they can pick up this pistol, put themselves one step closer to going to the semi-finals. We're going to have to say goodbye to Dignitas. They've got P250s, actually 2 of them. That's quite rare to see on the T-pistol. Okay, and it's KP opens things up. So it's going to be dropped as well. It's a team kill, a little bit crazy, but still got a man advantage for now. This is so good from SK, baiting each other in. Going to be finding multiple frags, and now it's a 3-on-2 in their favor.
Close call from Fox, just trying to slip it behind Fallen as well, limit his movement, but they pick up the kills required. The team kill definitely helps them. As Config was firing away and his team tripped over each other. He's got bomb picked back up though, and he's trying to open up the door quickly enough to speak if anyone's waiting for him. Now knows they aren't. So the B side, he'll try and make his presence known. No one there just yet. Rotating back over, realizing this is a possibility. And inside the window, Taco's going to spray through the smoke. Style points, Config. 58 seconds, 1 versus 3. He's had some crazy rounds throughout the series.
Indeed. Well, if you can get a plant here, that would be great. That would be a really nice recovery. He's not going to win the round necessarily, but just to get the money going forward, that would be something to work with. He's just going to hide up now. I actually like this. He's got so much time to work with. He's got himself in a quite a sneaky position. If a CD makes a mistake, they're trying to hunt for a bit of intel. He gets that kill, gets the bomb down as well. That's actually becoming winnable at this point. I don't think it'll work out for him. There's no real reason to go hunting at this point. You've got 2 players towards B. You just want to wait for him to touch the bomb. He can actually get the plant down pretty easily. They're actually allowing him to do that, but it looks things. He could actually be his own nemesis if he goes hunting any further.
Ooh, different spot to plant in. Taco can just see him, but won't, so they'll get money out of this. Could be an earlier buy if he can't convert it. They haven't picked him just yet. Now they'll go together. Wrap around. Lovely shot. Takes Fallen out of the window. They've got to go the 2 players together. He's trying to isolate them behind the pillar. Not a bad position to be in if he can hit a headshot, but he won't find it. Fox is there. If he hits that second shot just as fast as he found the first, it's a whole different ballgame.
It was a pretty nutty round to kick things off towards the connector. It was 5 players from the teams towards that underground position, and they get the first headshot as well, but a good recovery from SK. They actually put the most of the manpower towards that connector position, and Config left in that 1 versus 3. Does a great job to actually get the bomb down there, and what a lovely shot it was towards the heaven position. There's Fallen and Fox working together. Boom! Fallen gets taken down. Bomb planted. Boom. Yeah, still a good round overall, I think, for Config. That's pretty much as good as it was going to get, considering the situation. So no bomb plant, no punches coming in after the bomb plant in the second round. They'll go for AKs in the third. The safer move, obviously. We normally talk about SK Gaming getting those 5 SMGs set up there. Not going to be the case this time. They're going to have 2 M4s and an MP9. Interesting. Considering they know the AKs are going to be on the third, I think that's maybe a little bit of misplay. At least have 3 UMPs. If they're actually viable in the gun rounds, the MP9's not so much.
Fast pace toward this A site. Well, the thinks about jumping himself off in the flower pot. Not sure what for. Either way, they're around that already. Good read from Fallen to put out the Molotov early. Smoke in front of bathrooms and a flash as well. He wants to get to the corner. He's going to leave the site in doing so, but they've already got a rotation back into the stairwell. And Fox is an M4 from that position. Furs in behind the truck. Just deny the plants. 2 plants, full save. And it'll be a full-on buy the next round. The MP9 from far, though, has to tap away. He does manage to pick up 1. Fox comes back in, but he's dropped down. It's back and forth affair, and the kills getting sloppy. Nearly damage coming into Taco as well, but he'll close it out, thankfully, before the bomb does get picked up and planted down. So 11-6, no secondary plant, still going to have AKs.
Absolutely right, but still not as convincing as it perhaps should have been there. SK up against the Glocks and a couple of PC-50s, managed to lose 3 kills. So the weaponry comes in. 3 M4s now, a UMP and a FAMAS. And obviously, Dignitas 5 AKs, they get nades to work as well, 5 smokes, a couple of Molotovs jumped in there. This is the round you expect them to pick up, all things considered, but if SK manage to do it, it puts them in a fantastic position going forward. Smokes go in. We'll see whether Valde using this little pallet position. It wasn't so common this map first came out. A lot of teams actually using this now. It seems to be actually quite viable to find headshots there and any sort of aggressing CTs. But a bit of control coming in, flashes towards long A as well. It means the teammates will try and use their AKs towards that position. It's very unlikely the AWP will be coming in, almost impossible for the CTs at this point. And then we'll get some solid hold control as well.
If they wrap back to the front of the bathrooms and that boost is still there, Fur can just barely see enough, but they're going to have to drop and run fast. One more player in the A site, Fox, can cover them off from far so they can't get pinched in from long. Fox will now have that information. They're going to commit to this boost. How long do they commit, though, with no one else heading that direction? Smoke off from Fur. MSL starting to creep. He's the one with the bomb. Valde not quite spotted inside the park. It's going to be MSL walking directly into this crossing. Does he check it? Not quite. Bomb goes down. Back away instantly.
Nice boost there. Obviously knew they were up against him. Oh, okay. It gets a little bit problematic. Only takes a sliver of damage. It looked a little bit worse than I thought, but it's going to be 4 players remaining now for Dig. Like we said, if SK can pick up this round, it's tremendously beneficial for them in terms of the money game. This could be a fake. There's not really enough time to do it as if the smokes come in. I think this will be the commitment, and SK trying to work out what's the recovery position. Another boost coming in. This could work out, but the smoke's blocking their vision.
And the flash as well was well timed. Fur's going to try and relocate himself on the other side of the site. Flanks coming in. 2 players hot on the heels of Dignitas. Fur tries to spray in, anticipating him in the corner. Bomb gets planted either way. And Valde, he might capitalize. He's on the truck. He can catch them all. 2 kills for him. A third as well. As he gets in behind. Never mind the flank because he's done all the work. It's on to Cold. He might find one, but that's all he's going to get. Very well done from Valde in that situation.
After losing that first frag with the boost towards the bathroom area, I thought SK set himself up in a perfect position there, but what a lovely execution from Dignitas. That wall of smoke. The wall has never been truer. And as you can see, Valde just pushing through. The city's had no idea. 3 great kills from him. Very nice work indeed. It will be 11-7 now, and that is going to be breaking the money of SK. They've had a few rough rounds here. After winning the pistol, quite tight ones after that, so full eco required, and Dignitas now a chance to get back into this one. 11-7. They will have 5 AKs, of course. Nothing really pushing the CTs. They get a couple of CZs and 5-7s. Fox attacking some body armor, to be fair. But smoked out. It's RUBINO chucking that smoke. It's actually quite a nice one. That's really cool to actually throw in that early in the round.
All the way from T-stairs.
Yeah, that's great.
Valde down below with the AK-47, waiting for anyone to potentially push. RUBINO doing the same. So a very passive approach from Dignitas on this round. Good read of the economy. Economy was a problem for SK last time we saw them on this CT side. Well, I'm going to be grabbed and head back over toward the direction of the B site. AK still down waiting for the rotations, but Taco's the only one that's pushing on this. Good view of it actually to see it. As the train heads over the overpass. Spotted out though is Taco by RUBINO. That's the entry, that's the invitation because they know him pushed up means likely the site less open. Or, excuse me, less defended. He'll now go in. RUBINO checks corner as well. Cajun with his confidence in his check is going to go ahead and plant back bag. So that seems to be a common position where Dignitas likes to plant the bomb as RUBINO gets coldzera. Just Fur and Fallen remaining, and they'll set on either side of the site to try and find exits, but Fallen actually right now as we watch. Fur has Valde at 1 HP around the corner, trying to play a headshot angle. They may find him, it's going to happen just now. If Valde goes down with this 1 HP, it's a gun for Fallen. Careful on the re-peek, and there it is, AK. Grab Molotov there as well, might as well get the utility you can, and Fallen's going to back with that, but Config is in a position to try and catch him off as well toward the mountain. Doesn't land it though. That's now alive is Fallen. That Molotov may come in handy. Which way is he going to throw it? They're hunting so quickly, and to his right, already arriving. MSL's there. No AK carried over.
Pretty simple round there for Dignitas, only giving away 1 frag. And into kind of shorten the gap. Now it's 11-8. And I don't think a buy is available for SK here, so it should be 11-9 after this one. I think they'll probably go for some PD50s. Stack up together, maybe just go for a B-stack, push off short, potentially with a flashbang, something like that. It's very unlikely he can really win the round, but let's see if they can cause some damage to the AKs here. Dignitas will be more than aware, and I think this will be some sort of tactical pause coming in. It has been called. It's for SK Gaming this time, so it's going to be working out what their approach is. Just going to see whether, okay, we've got a chance to get some pistols out here. Don't really have to fully commit in terms of armor or anything like that. Do we go for a B-stack? Do we try and push middle? Get a flashbang perhaps? Taco gets body armor once more. They're just kind of discussing the plan going forward. They still have this big lead. Don't want to force into situations that are unfavorable. Just want to make sure they give themselves a good chance to close this one out. 11-8. This is the 3rd and final map of today. They've had 4 best of 3s. Running into... Go on.
I was going to say winner of this one will play Astralis, as we mentioned at the very start of this series.
Astralis looked sick at the beginning of this tournament. They just completely decimated everyone.
Wouldn't be the first time Astralis had a good group stage that wasn't converted.
Yeah, true. But the guys on the desk were speculating where it was Carrigan that was cursed, not Astralis.
I mean, to be fair, you could argue Fetish was cursed too. cajunb, quick smoke off toward the park. Or rather, excuse me, onto the party. And they're going to get a little bit closer on toward the fountain. MSL's making a lot of noise, though, and up close. Fer has all right position to try and work off this. They need to be careful. The flash is coming over in the open. MSL gets his aim back just in time. Fer couldn't convert. That would have been a massive kill for them to find, and coldzera, interestingly enough, will follow up on that damage dealt. They won't be able to get forward and get an AK-47. A lovely dink from Far as well on cajunb.
It's getting a little bit problematic now. Needs to kind of calm down. They have got Valde though, going towards the A side. Manages to secure the round at this point. That's a nice play from him.
Pacheco, though, is also going to be found. If he had picked up the kill, does get it with his damage. If he'd picked it up for free there, could have been a situation where they could have grabbed guns, but Fox going down in the end. It's now just 2 rounds the difference. AWP comes out immediately onto Fallen and rifles to complement. So on this map, I cannot blame them. Fallen is probably the best AWP player in the A site. Sorry, Guardian, but I think it's his map to take.
Wow. He does do some tremendous work there, to be fair. Like, he's got so many highlight clips on this map, especially, and in that A-bomb site. We'll see what happens as we go into another gun round here. It's going to be the AWP for Fallen. Same story of occasion as well. What's the play here as we go into round number 21? There's going to be a little bit of aggression towards middle. That's Fallen. Fires up a pop shot there. Doesn't find anything for as he gets flashed. And coldzera aggressive towards short, pushing through flames there. Gets himself in a nice little position towards the connector. Asian going to be coming, investigating. If he goes first, okay, good idea for MSL to go in with the AK first. Escorting Cajun, if you will.
Get rid of the bomb before he does so. Taco's here, they'll flash in, well timed, very well done. In fact, Cajun's the one to get the kill, but MSL, as you say, escorting him, finds Cold, who's in the corner. And that's going to get them a lot warmer as they get inside of the site. Bomb thrown on top of the platform as RUBINO, first one in, doesn't want to stop to plant. He wants to make sure he secures off the rotations. So MSL's the one to plant it, but already I think the map in the middle says it all. They're going to be trying to save, and Config knows that that's very likely. Tries to hunt them down early, catch them off, but well, does the next in line as he's found, taken down, and they need all 3 of these guns to be kept up, or this goes 11-10. Dignitas, again, last time was able to batter and bruise SK in every opportunity given to them on the T side.
Absolutely. Wow. 3-on-3 now. Paul does find a shot with the AWP, but like you said, he's going to be saving the weapons at this point. Fantastic work. That timing on the flashbangs from the short tunnel as well. Really nice stuff from them. There's an aggressive play from SK trying to catch the T's off guard there, but they were just ready for that. Shut them down. Lovely headshots. That should bring things into 11-10 as well. 2 players survive for SK. It's going to be Fer with the M4 and Fallen with the AWP. So in terms of the money, you can certainly buy up around this one, but Dignitas now homing in on tying things up at 11-11. I don't think we've actually seen that this tournament, which is rare for us.
It is rare for us.
Very rare.
I'm glad you subscribed to that philosophy.
Yeah, well, it seems like Canadians really make a deal out of it more than anyone I've met.
I mean, we make a big deal because we are a big deal, Henry.
Nice, okay. There we go then.
I know that's hard for you to comprehend coming from such a small little island.
But a very powerful one. Very proud.
Yeah, sure. How's Brexit? You gonna be all
It's
isolated
going,
on
it's
your
going
own?
all right, thank you.
Cool,
Yeah,
just
going
check.
good. Never been better.
Currency?
Dying.
Yeah. Monarch?
Hopefully dying.
just getting up there. Longest serving monarch now, I think, as of this year. It's not a bad title. It's also because no one's really at war trying to kill kings and queens anymore, so
That's quite
that helps.
Anyway, let's get back to this one, shall we? Another war in its own. It's going to be 11-10. SK now. Orb. And they're really up against it in terms of money. Yes, they saved 2 weapons in the previous round. We can see them feeling the burn a little bit more. Famous. UMP. A little bit more aggressive towards long. Yorm's actually going to be there as well. Valde gets control connected with his teammates as well. So map control gained on the B side of the map. And there's going to be RUBINO waiting towards Monster as well. I would assume will be a B side of play. Full execution. They know the CDs don't necessarily have the weaponry to hold them off. It was where Fox was struggling as well before. This time, no Fox on the B side. It's actually coldzera and Taco. So maybe they have adjusted things since yesterday.
It's entirely possible. They've done it.
It was an absolute nightmare, to be fair, when we first watched it. B side was a nightmare.
To be fair as well, Fox is the swing player normally in these situations, but Fallen right now that they're going to send over on the AWP, so Fer pushed up. Cold close, goes for the peek, catches them off as well. MSL's the first to go down. Taco, no vision, can't decide if he wants to peek Monster or go to support his teammate. He goes for Monster instead, and both of them end up down, but they give them such an advantage that Fallen rotates and finds 2 on the up. And already more success on the gun rounds on the CT side.
Much better. That's how it should be going down. Good flashbangs, good response as well. The grenades are on point, and even with just a UMP, it's coldzera finding kills. He's very good in that position. And you can see that looks much better, doesn't it? That's what it should be looking like. And you can see it was a difficult round for SK, but they managed to hold on. Those saved weapons paying dividends there, and they increased that lead to 12-10. Money's still available just about for Dignitas. Another full buy coming in. They've got 4 AKs and an AWP in the hand occasion. But Fallen, like you said, possibly one of the best players on this map as a whole. He's got the AWP himself, and we'll have a look as to where he's positioning himself. I think he's towards long once again on that flower bed, as we pointed out before. Not so common these days. You're very vulnerable to flashbangs there.
He's one of the players, to be fair, that loves to use that.
Guardian as well. He like made that position iconic almost, the amount of his kills he used to get from that position.
Interestingly enough, it was Guardian's boost that got Fallen off on that flower pot as well. 22 kills for Fallen, he leads the way. 4 rounds went to Dignitas before SK picked up that last one, so reset still an absolute possibility. They were efficient in the last one, no less, to keep guns up, but still have to keep that in mind, considering the struggles they've had. To get to 13 right now would be massive. And in doing so, they in turn would break Dignitas down. Valde leads the way for them, by the way, in 18, but I still have to point out, he's had some very good rounds. He's had some careless ones where he's isolated himself and given up advantages that shouldn't have happened.
Well then, towards long, and A split potentially as well. You can see Fur, very difficult position to find frags in. He gets one, and okay, he gets one as Fallen helps him out. But great work there, actually find those 2 frags from SK Gaming. 4 on 3 now, they will continue their ascendance to the A side. Fallen finds another frag.
This is where he shines. Great in this proximity in front of Parkside to that back APC. Somehow he always finds an angle to find shots. Gets 2 already in this round, as you mentioned. And goes for the 1 and done. There it is again. Fallen slips out, knows exactly where to place the crosshair, takes down RUBINO. And SK might just find back-to-back rounds. Something that was extremely hard for them to do just a day ago with Fox. In this lineup, adjustments have been made. Cajun does have the bomb, could try and get something done over toward the B site, but he's making a lot of noise in doing it. As soon as he goes to this plant, Taco's gonna pop up. Hello, Cajun. Down you go. 4 seconds left as well. He had to go for the plant.
Really nice stuff from SK now. I think that's broken the economy. It's such a crucial part of the game as well. They can't really justify forcing into this one, so presumably going to be 14-10 here for SK Gaming.
Phelps, just chilling.
Hello lads, how's it going? Well then.
They didn't answer.
They didn't answer, but it was more just a friendly gesture, you know.
Fair game.
And it's going to be round number 24, like I said. Can't really justify the force at this point. That could be an absolute nightmare going forward for Dignitas. They force into it, lose it, allow SK to almost get onto match point at that point. So what have we got here? A B execution, it seems, for the Danish side. They've got 3 smokes. Flashbangs going to be smoking towards a bomb site, Heaven, maybe towards the CT entrance as well. Just to try, you want to smoke the bomb side to be clear. You can run the bomb in there and just plant it exactly in the smoke. That's what you want to be going for in these sort of rounds. And you can push through with the PD-50s and Tech-9s, which hopefully get some trade frags. It's very unlikely you can win the round, but if you get an M4 or even an AWP, for example, that could be interesting.
Cold jumping for information. We'll give that up as soon as he's spotted. No need to get his head blown off. It's not something I try and recommend on anyone or wish upon anyone, except for you sometimes.
How did I not see that beautifully delivered joke coming?
Thank you. I'm quite crafty.
Yeah.
Taco, no smoke in front on Monster, and a smoke on Bags can focus a little more firmly, but instead he's going to go back toward barrels instead. Speaking of well delivered, back toward barrels instead. But he does want to watch to make sure they don't boost up on the railing to see inside of the site, which is entirely a possibility when you have pistols, because you want to get as much damage done before you arrive and then try and overwhelm when the chaos ensues as a result of an early pick. Right now, though, it can't happen. The shuffle positions. Taco swings out, doesn't land the shots, interestingly enough. I think he thought he killed his intended target because he switched to the next player, but didn't quite take the first one down. Either way, it doesn't matter. Valde's going to be the last to fall in 14 rounds for SK. It's 2 to go, and they are through.
Indeed, they will be. Well then, 14-10. And the money getting in a decent position now. It's not over just yet. Dignitas have another 4 bites to go before SK Gaming reach series point. And who would have thought it? From what we saw on this matchup in the first day, SK versus Dignitas on Overpass, 16-7. Very convincing. Seems like they've addressed the issues in the B-bomb, so that's looking great. And looking at the scoreboard just quickly now, we're going to have Fallen 25 frags, delivering a world-class performance on this map so far. coldzera not far behind at 23. Valde leading the charge on the Dignitas side. And it looks like a B rush here, Matt. Let's see this one goes down for them. They go straight into Monster Tunnel. Taco opens things up.
Go burning, but stays for the fight, and it works out well. He gets 3 kills on the way through. It's going to bring Cold into it, but Config, as always, against odds, pulls things back somehow to let Dignitas get a palm plant out of this. Valde's going to do it inside of the smoke. Nate goes through, and Config nearly goes down as a result of it. He's on 5 HP. That one will take it. Fox closes it. Valde's in position. Watch the smoke because Fox He may not find him directly inside of that right away, so has to sit back, not go for the peek, allow his teammate to walk in from behind. It's going to be falling on an AWP, and that's more than enough to put map point in hand. Well,
there it is, the Hail Mary play from Dignitas there. They had the full buy. They go for the B rush and Monster. They haven't done that just yet. I actually kind of like that approach from them, but Taco, what a play from him. The 3-man spray down comes in from the barrel position as well. I don't think the Molotov was thrown perfectly there. You can see the replay. He actually has position to move into. He actually, it did spread to him in the end, but he still commits 3-man spray down. Very, very good work from him, and calm play here in the 2 versus 1 from Fallen. Just walks in, gets the job done, and manages to win the 2 versus 1. A pause with Dignitas, of course, you've got to take at this point, Matt. I think they're a maximum loss bonus. Okay, 4th stage, not even maximum, so $2,900 last round potentially here. Then buy should be okay. He got 3 players on around the 3.8k mark. Valde's already bought, he's got a full buy. Same story for Convict, so they will get 8Ks into this round, but in terms of the grenades, it won't necessarily be fully equipped.
Very well done from Taco, I have to say, to stay and take that fight, knowing the situation that he has to shut down that rush on the Monster. Otherwise, Plant comes in and they have position set. So here we go, SK, overcoming their demons of yesterday. Map and series point to go through to the playoffs against Dignitas on 5 AK-47s. And again, they're going to get aggressive off the CT side. Not all the way through, although I take that back. Fur's already inside the party. Smoke off, he's going to peek this. And in peeking it, he's going to go, remember, coldzera played this position up against the wall. And yesterday they peeked it right. RUBINO hit the shot. Fur's not going to sit back and be complacent. MSL sitting and waiting. It's going to be Fox instead. Trades 1-for-1. MSL wins the duel against Fur. This will open up some room for Dignitas to play with.
Fallen's still here, though. He's aggressive towards long, trying to see if he can find any kill here in return. It's the man advantage for now for Dignitas. Can't give anything away now. 1 round will send them packing.
He's in such a tight position right now, Fallen. Anywhere he goes, he's got potential to get taken out. But they fall back down on the stairwell, and Fallen, at the same time, is going to start to get a little bit more aggressive. Could be the right time to do so, as they're going to shuffle back over toward B. It's just Cold and Taco in that position. Cold as well pushed up toward construction. Watching that squeaky doorway. Means he's got to be reading this well, because they can spot him up through short pipe right now. So Taco instead tries to peek at Monster. No one's there. Is this going to be a misread, though? Is that going to leave Cold too comfortably waiting in that same position, tunnel visioned onto the doorway? Taco spots them now. That'll change it. That'll pull Cold back.
Good flash.
They're low on HP, but the good flash does leave Taco out. You're right, he can't line them up this time. Does wait, does get back in. Crossfire set, he's got the first already. Cold's found it, they're lined him up. They're going to close it out. Well done from SK to rotate back, and they'll move through. Dignitas falls short.
Lovely work there from SK. We didn't think they stood a chance on Overpass, and they proved us wrong. After a really back-and-forth series there, they managed to close it out with 5 rounds in a row there. The B site, we said that was a massive problem in the first day. They've addressed the issues, they've done their homework, and they've actually come back stronger than ever. 16-10. Dignitas going to be a little bit gutted to that one, but still, we do say goodbye to them, and it's going to be SK Gaming progressing to the semi-finals.
And Fox looking much more comfortable.
Sure.
Not even necessarily having... Cash, I'd say, hit impact, for sure. Yeah. I would say not even necessarily having massive impact in all these rounds, but he played a very good support role. Adapted well to the rotations, the adjustments they made worked for him, and he finishes with 17 kills.
Oh my god,
big win.
it.
They are. That's big for them. They get through, and I think importantly, this proves to them that they can win games with Fox. They make it through to the playoffs here. Again, we mentioned it. They're going to go to the major with him on board. This is just the start of it. And if nothing else, they get a notebook from this tournament, but getting through to the playoffs, it's more games to play with him and more confidence they can build.
3 days practice so far, and they've made the semi-finals already. They're looking to get better and better as the tournament progresses, and it seems to be working so far. But you're absolutely right. This is a project leading up to the major. Very ropey on the first day, but they've addressed the issues now, and they're taking down a huge titan of the tournament. Dignitas, who we thought had the upper hand in terms of the teams of both stand-ins, they've actually done a really good job to make it work for them.
Yeah, and going to cash, which is something that I wouldn't have expected from SK at all. Again, I mentioned it. The more games they play, the better. So the fact they make the semifinals, it's the more homework they've got done for Fox being on board. That said, the man who's going to help guide Fox, the man who's put a lot of this team together, Fallen standing by with Smix.
Thank you very much, Sadicus. First of all, congratulations, Fallen. I could tell how much this means for you. And obviously, your team is no stranger to making a semifinal, but can't help but feel like this must mean a little bit more since this is the first time you made it with Fox.
It was a very intense game. I think Dignitas played super well as well. They have a very good game on Mirage. But we had the difference between our team and a lot of teams is that we work hard on our mistakes. We don't stop to blame anyone for any defeat. So as soon as we lost for Dignitas on the first time, we knew how to beat them the second one. And we knew which change we had to do. So I think it paid off on the third map.
And speaking of those changes, I'm sure you're referring to the Overpass loss yesterday. So when it came down to looking at the mistakes, what are the things that your team decided to focus on?
So basically, it's very difficult to find which things Fox is good or not right now, and mainly on Overpass because it's a map that his other teams didn't play too much, so he doesn't have too much experience. We tried to put him to play with cajunb, but it didn't pay off all we wanted. So we put coldzera back there, so Fox was making more of a rotator function, and he did super well this time. So it's props to everyone. Everyone kept ourselves very calm, and we did a great job.
And I know that you just beat one really good Danish team, but there's another facing you now in the semifinals in Astralis. I know you guys played them very recently last week in E-League, and it was a loss, but going into that matchup, I know it's really tough. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the defeat against Astralis was very tough for us. It's a team that we have a good history against them, but lately they have been playing super well. You have to acknowledge that their captain is very good. The Glaive addition was super good for this Danish team. So I think it's more about them playing well than other things, so it's props to them. But tomorrow we're going to play with our hearts, and we're going to study them and do the best we can to go to the finals.
I know, just specifically speaking, because I know that you are a team that likes to prepare as much as you can, whether it's your own strategies or studying some VODs. So when it comes to Astralis, how much of it is going to be studying them? Yeah,
Astralis is a team with a very good map pool. They play some of the maps we play well. They play very well as well. So I need to talk with my teammates about what we're going to do. But you guys should expect a very hungry SK and a passionate SK because we love to play this game, and that's why we're here.
All right, well, congratulations again, Fallen, and best of luck in that semifinal match. And of course, guys, that will wrap up our day. But of course, we are going to head back to the couch with Red Eye to wrap up the day.
Yes, indeed. Thanks very much, Sue. Thanks for their work today as well. Thanks for all the great interviews with the players. Congratulations to SK Gaming. What a difference a day makes, Tommy. Last night it was doom and gloom for SK as they got thumped by Dignitas on Overpass. We end up with the third map. They come out winners.
Yeah, I mean, they like Fallen said, they adjusted their CT play, and they basically just avoided having the horrible start that basically won the game for Dignitas yesterday. So, as we said in the segment before the match, it didn't feel like the game from yesterday was really representative of how it would likely to be going if you played the same map multiple times. SK played better today. Obviously, the first two maps went as expected, I would say, but good adjustment from SK, and I mean, good play overall. Yeah,
Yanko is a very determined SK, obviously. We've seen this fight before from them, but interesting I thought it was very interesting at the end with Fox becoming very passionate with the rest of the team and, thumping chests and really getting into that kind of vibe. He's fitting in very quickly, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like they're, culturally very, very similar, that they have the same passion towards the game, pretty much. And yeah, I think it showed why we were not that surprised that Dignitas didn't pick Overpass. They actually did want to switch it up and go for Mirage because, as Fallen himself said, SK is a team that will look back at their mistakes, that will study the game, try to find ways, what are the main things we need to focus on to change, to be able to beat the team playing them again on the same map, and that's exactly what happened.
I think you've got a clip for us.
Yeah, I have something. It's from Cash, and it shows because SK didn't play Cash before. This is an example of how they actually have stuff prepared for the map. This is something NIP likes to do as well. You can see them going for that set execute, throwing the smokes towards A, but they smoke off highway as well, and they boost 3 players towards mid. 2 players will push highway while Fallen is holding the angle, covering them from connector, and they have a player in Squeaky, a player in main as well. So what this allows them to do, you can see the smokes already here, that obstructs a lot of vision for the CTs. That allows them to basically wrap, because when these smokes fall, you don't expect people to be coming from highway because their vision towards the site is obstructed as well. So it's a small fake in a sense. You have Fur with the bomb going towards main, Taco is here in Squeaky, and before this point he already got a kill, as you will see here. As the execute comes in, he gets the kill on config. So by SK pushing from highway, they get a pretty good idea of where the players might be, right? If you don't get any contact up until this point, you know that there's no one at forklift, so that means that there's at least 1 player, probably 2 of them in sight. And as SK pushes towards that, they have really good timing with the player from main, Squeaky, and highway. They push out at the same time, and they manage to get the trade kills coming into the site, and it's a pretty clean round for them, and it's a very neat execution. As you can see, right now, even jumping through that smoke, you know, climbing onto the bomb site, clearing everything together. You can see that one player is pushing towards the bomb site and the rest of the guys are just covering him because at some point he has to get contact. If he doesn't, that means that they just are playing full retake, but it still leaves SK in good position even if that happens.
Yeah, it's very crisp, Tommy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Saw a number of rounds like that. It wasn't just that one.
That's the kind of stuff that you can actually get going fairly quickly for your team, and even when you add players, because it's stuff that you can just dry run in the practice room. If you go on an empty server and you go through that 5 times in a row, you're gonna be very good at it. It's the stuff that the way SK normally plays, which is taking over areas slowly, controlling the map, and then doing something off of it based on what is happening around the map. That's the stuff that's hard to build. That takes a longer time to get everybody communicating the right way and making the little things or moving around the map the right way so you don't get picked off. So that's the hard thing. That kind of stuff you can easily implement fairly quickly, but the problem is you can only really run that a couple times until everybody knows that you're running it. And then once they see the smokes, they're actually going to be watching at middle or looking at middle, or at least aware that it's likely that they might also be coming from there.
Almost a once or twice map. Points, it has come to the end of day 2 here of the Season 2 finals at ECS. Time to give you an up-to-date view of the brackets. Let's start with Group A. It was completed, of course, with FaZe and Optic going head-to-head earlier on. Optic coming out on top at the bottom of the bracket as the second qualifier. Astralis already qualified yesterday, having won both of their upper bracket matches. Astralis going through alongside Optic Gaming. That's Group A. We also have Group B, of course, played out this afternoon. The final games, of course, being played out, and 2 more teams going through. Just wrap up on Group A. Was it as expected with Astralis? We said they might be the favourites for the tournament of all of the teams. Did it pan out how you thought it would with Optic going through?
I think everything is expected and everything is unexpected at the moment. Also, yeah, coming into the tournament, you would say that Astralis is one of the favourites to make it out, and they've actually proven that with their play early on.
Okay, Tommy, your thoughts on Group A?
Like I said before the group started, or I guess after the first game, because I didn't do the first game, Astralis was the favorite to win, I think. I think after that, FaZe and Optic, you could talk me into both being favored over the other, but previous results obviously say Optic over the after the E-League win. So I think Group A actually somehow played out as you would think, even though, especially in the Optic Cloud9 game, it looked like something totally different was going to happen.
Let's wrap up on Group B as well. Obviously that finished just now and looks like this. Envy went through yesterday with 2 out of 2. Perhaps surprising many with their form here at ECS Season 2, but it has been very good online during the regular season where they finished second. They were joined by the double major champions, the former #1 in the world, SK Gaming, playing with a replacement, but playing much better every single time they've played. They came through Immortals this morning and then finally finishing off Dignitas to go through as well. So our semi-finals are set. We have our 4 teams.
I need to mention something. What's Fallen trying to do in that picture? Did he just not have enough time to get his fists? Or is he
Are you analysing pictures now, Janko?
Is he mad? It's I want to win. I don't get that. It's like he was caught in between.
No, it's Brazilian passion.
Or he lost something. I forgot my keys.
I don't think it's that. Let's take a look at the playoff brackets now as they have been completed. This is the semi-final and it will be played out tomorrow. Both semi-finals, best of 3, and the grand final, of course, tomorrow on Championship Sunday for the Esports Championship Series. Astralis and SK Gaming going head-to-head. A repeat of the E-League clash, of course, where Astralis were dominant. And Envy will go head-to-head with Optic Gaming, the last surviving North American team at ECS. All to come tomorrow. Plenty to look forward to. Which one do you prefer? Which one are you looking forward to most, Janko?
I'm actually looking forward most to the Envious game. I want to see how Envious performs tomorrow on the final day, because they can be very dangerous if they're feeling confident with the individuals they have. They can beat all of these teams.
Final thoughts, Tommy?
I'm inclined to agree with Janko, actually. I still feel like whenever I watch SK play now, until they actually pick up the full November, I feel like I'm watching a half-finished product. Because know they're not ready, and it's a temporary player until they decide what they want to do longer term. Yeah. So it feels like you're sort of not getting everything out of it that you're hoping for. Yeah. Meanwhile, for NVS, that's actually very interesting to see what kind of form they're going to be in. And as we've mentioned multiple times, it's probably going to have implications to what happens with the French teams, depending how they play here and how they play next weekend.
Yeah. And if they turn up, could have some fireworks tomorrow.
No, I mean, they're a very good team still. It's just harder and harder for them to summon the peak level of play.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much, gents. That is it from the analysis area and from all of us here at the ECS Season 2 for day number 2. It has come to an end. Another fantastic day. It's gone the full whack. We've gone all the way past the midnight mark as well. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage today. We'll see you tomorrow for the championship. And of course, plenty more fun to come. And we'll leave you with some fun this evening. Good night.
I don't have a victory dance personally, but yeah, I don't know, maybe Terry can